What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another limo video. Today, we are gonna be replacing the fuel pump sending unit. I got a new Delphi unit right here. You guys are probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute, Jared. Didn't you just replace the fuel pump when you got the limo running in the first video? Yes, you were right. It's got a brand new Delphi in it right now. But that's just the pump. The whole actual sending unit is all effed up. It does not, I don't have a working fuel gauge right now. But I managed to get this one off of Rock Auto for I think like 120 bucks, something like that. So it was worth it to me just to buy a whole new unit. So I'll have an extra pump itself laying around, whatever. Currently draining the tank because, well, I don't remember how much gas. I topped this thing off yesterday because I got it smogged. On another note, actually, let's go back here really quick. It passed smog, so, oh yeah, 2025 tags, we're legal. So I've put about, I don't know, 50 miles on it yesterday. Well, 50 miles yesterday, including the drive back to the shop today. So what I went ahead and did for the fuel pump, or to drain the tank, is I pulled the Schrader out of the fuel rail Schrader valve to, you know, test fuel pressure. And I just stuck a 1/4-inch fuel line on it. It fit perfectly. And I just stuck it in the top of my one of my fuel jugs. So we are draining it right now. That's actually getting pretty full. I need to get ready for the next one. Okay, there we are. Okay, we can still put about 1.5 gallons in this. That's not too bad. All right, we got those two full. Currently filling this one up. I set my light up, one of my lights up right there, and it works really well. I can completely see the level. That's nice. That green one is completely, you cannot see any light through that green one. Alrighty. Let's get this thing jacked up. Good, exhaust is nice and cold. We're gonna, oh, this light is awesome. Yep, tank is nice and empty. Gonna go ahead and get the fuel lines off first because they suck and you need a lot of leverage to get them off. Bottom one will come off pretty easy, but the top one's always a pain in the ass. Might have to pull this exhaust off on this side, but that's not a big deal. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get the fuel lines off. I'm not gonna bother recording any of it because it's a pain in the ass, and I don't think you guys want to watch me struggle for like 15 minutes to get a line off. All right, went ahead and got the old sending unit out. As you can see, it's got a brand new pump in it. But ew, look at what's in the bottom of the tank. Gross. But honestly, at this point, with how many miles I put on it, this is probably all that's about gonna, wow, that's about probably all it's gonna get sucked up. Oops. As you can see, there is no fuel gauge or no sending unit at all. I just did not reinstall it because it was completely missing a bunch of pieces. They're probably in the bottom of the tank. So, whatever. Gonna go ahead and get this one installed. Brand new unit. Whatever. So, really happy I'm gonna have a working fuel gauge though, because that was pissing me off. Alright, new sending units all installed. Let's go hit the key and see if there's even a fuel gauge that even reads now. Because before it was like kind of just like blanked out in a sense. There's the key. Looks like we have a fuel gauge. Yep, it's reading E. Because it was reading like half tank and then it would go blank. So let's go ahead and put gas in it. Oh shit. How to make a mess 101. Nice. Got a 1/4 tank. Hell yeah. All right, and before I put any more fuel in it, let's make sure it actually runs. Sweet, dude. All right, well, we got the fuel sending unit replaced. Finally, even though this thing's only been on the road for like a week and legally only 1 day. But that was just pissing me off. So I'll go ahead and throw this fuel pump in just my spare parts crap, because this fuel pump is actually the same style as a Miata pump, so I'm sure it'll get used. Whether the liter per hour rating is the same or not for Miata, it'll work. If anything, it'll be fine for some boost. So, whatever. I'm happy about that. Finally got a working fuel gauge. I think the only really big last thing to do on this car is the stupid blend door actuator, because, ew, what is that? It was click, it was like clicking, click, 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 click. Oh God, it was pissing me off. So I unplugged the climate controls for a little bit, but then I was like, I gotta drive this car. So I hooked it up, AC was working great yesterday. Today, the blend door was just stuck on like hot, like super hot. Oh my God, I should have recorded it. I recorded a clip for my Instagram. I'll insert it now.
All right, quick voiceover. So the audio totally got screwed up from the Instagram clip, and I don't know why. But as you guys can see, it was almost the temperature, the operating temp of the motor. Absolutely insane. I was actually like about to boil to death on my way to the shop when I drove the car there this day.
As you guys can see, it was putting out like 150 degree air, and it's 90 degrees out today. So I mean, I turned all the vents off and stuff, but like it was still pushing air a little bit as I was driving. It was kind of sucky, but whatever. So that comes in on Monday. Hopefully I'll get that replaced on Tuesday. It is currently right. I don't know if I'm gonna drive this car home again today. Kind of want to drive the Beamer because it has working AC, or the red NA because it also has working AC. Or the Sunburst because it also has working AC. I like my cars having working AC, okay? It's nice. Even that has working AC, but it's not registered yet, so I can't drive that. That NB is just a flip car. I bought it to make money on it. Got it for really cheap. Barely anything into it. Just put new tires on it. About to go get it registered, hopefully next week or so, and get this thing sold. And no, it's not gonna be for sale with the hardtop. That's off of that car because I just needed to protect this because the rear window needs to be re-glued into the soft top. So I just threw a hard top on it. It was just easier for temporary, but right on. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing off the jacks and put the rest of the fuel in it. And I think we'll be about done for that part. I'm sure there's gonna be more screwing around or something in this video, so stay tuned. All right, you guys, we're actually gonna end up wrapping the video up here. Turns out I had no more footage for this video, and actually, this video you guys just watched was filmed prior to the drag racing. I ended up having no footage recorded for this week's video, so I had to just make do with what I had. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. It wasn't much. I know we're under 9 minutes. It wasn't too exciting at all, but it's content, and like I said, I am sticking to my weekly uploads every Thursday. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content every Thursday, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.